So you just saw me go through my morning routine. I do this every single morning when I wake up. I will do my skincare, I will make my bed, and I will sweep, and I'll just tidy up around the room for the day because I think that it helps to just get the day started. It's the first few tasks of the day, the first like semblance of control that we kind of have over our days, like making our bed and just making sure that our area is really nice and tidy. And that way when I go and I do my work, I'm able to have a clear mind and I don't have to worry about anything at all. And today we're working from home. So I've mentioned before that I am currently in university. I go to Toronto Metropolitan University, which used to be called Ryerson, and I am getting my bachelor's of design in fashion. And it's summertime right now, but part of my program is that we need to do a co-op. We have to have like a certain amount of hours of co-op. So right now I'm in the middle of my little co-op, little internship thing. And I do this Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, 8 hours a day. And it's a full-time internship, but it's great because I could just do it in the summertime and get my hours and I'm good to go. So come, let's get some work done and then we will reconvene later. So while I'm waiting for something to load on my laptop, now might be a really good time to just kind of let you know about like what I'm trying to do here on this channel. And I took a little break, which I'll talk about like in full in another video. And I got really busy with school around February, pretty much the entire semester. The last semester that I had at school was the most challenging semester I ever had in my entire life. There was one main course which was pretty much like a menswear collection course, and what we had to do was, for the most part, create a brand new company from scratch, you know, with all the logos, aesthetics, colors, concepts, vision, mission, everything, like getting like the branding, getting labels made, coming up with a whole new collection, everything you can think of within the span of 4 months. So, you know, coming up with the name and our theme and what we're all about and who we are, we had 2 weeks to do that. And then we had to start designing the collection and going through what's our concept, getting our ideas together. We had another 2 weeks to do that. Then we had to start actually like making the collection, making the samples out of sample fabric, and then, you know, doing the alterations, making the patterns, doing everything. It was a lot, okay? And it was a group project, and of course, you know, when you're in school, you don't just have one class. So I had other classes, but when I tell you that my other classes were completely on the back burner, like the other classes, I got to them when I could get to them. This class overtook all of our lives. Everyone who was in the class, this was all you were doing. So so the YouTube fell on the back burner. The only thing that I was really able to keep up was posting on TikTok, which I'm happy about, but in the summer months, I really like to ramp things up. I've been posting between 2 and 3 times a day, whereas before I was only posting once a day. And my YouTube just like, I don't want to say I didn't have time. Like what I really want to say is, oh, I just didn't have time. I just didn't have time. Meanwhile, you know, there's this new thing on TikTok that I've been hearing, like everything is content. And now we're gonna get into the shoulda, woulda, couldas, because I realistically could have just documented everything I was doing, even though I was busy with school. And the project we did was really exciting. It took over our lives, but it was really exciting. I could have documented that. I could have even used my phone. It didn't even have to be my camera. I could have just set my phone up, set it, you know, in horizontal mode and captured what I was doing. But I didn't do that because I didn't have that foresight at the time. But now I do. So hence, here we are. I also recently was watching someone who I follow on TikTok. She's really, really big and I like her content a lot. And I was scrolling through my on YouTube trying to find something to watch at night before going to bed, and she came up on my recommended. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like she also makes YouTubes, and I know she works. She has a really cool job. She works in like, I want to say some sort of like media, you know, situation. And then I'm like, this girl posts at least once a day, sometimes twice a day on TikTok. She works, she has a job, and she posts, you know, very regularly on her Instagram, and she makes YouTube videos and posts on YouTube. Like, what's her, like, she doesn't have an excuse. And I thought to myself, well, what's my excuse? My excuse is, what my really excuse is was, well, I don't feel like I'm really doing anything interesting to film. The videos that I were making before, I made a few, but it was like a sit down, talk to the camera kind of thing. They weren't vlog style videos, which I can still do both. But it just, seeing her just made me really think to myself, like, in the day, you don't have an excuse. You can make excuses for yourself, but you don't actually have one. So here we are. That was my little break talk for you. So you can know what's going on over here. And let's get back to work. I take a little break from work now, well, from my internship. I have an interview today at 6 p.m. Not a job interview, but I have an interview with a YouTuber. Her name is Maikara Ree, and she is a fashion, beauty, blogger, influencer type person based out of New York. And we came into contact when I did New York Fashion Week, and we did a little interview then, and we're doing one today, a little recap, a little catch up. She's doing this series called Fashionably Dating, which I think is super cute. And we have to get ready for that. But I also, before the interview, I need to film some TikToks for today. Dating. So y'all, oh my goodness, I have recently, I don't know like if recently is the right word, but I was on the apps like, I don't know, maybe like a month-ish, no, maybe about like a month and a half ago now, I like got off the apps, and I kind of have sworn off of them because I mean the experiences that I was having on there were just absolutely way too low. The type of men I was interacting with, coming into contact with, none of them wanted anything serious. Oh, by the way, I usually kind of build up my concealer a little bit, so we're just gonna add a little more right here and here where I have a little crease that is a little bit stubborn. So yeah, I was on the apps, and I'm not even gonna say which one because it doesn't even matter. And what my experience has been is this. Match, okay, let's pretend that today's Monday. Match with, let's say, Thomas on Monday. Talk to Thomas. Hey, how are you? So nice to meet you. Thomas goes, oh, nice to meet you too. What are you up to? Oh, nothing much. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever, what have yous. And then I go, what about you? And then Thomas goes, oh yeah, you know, just got off work, or just, you know, whatever. And then the next day, Thomas might go, oh, hey, how are you? Good morning. Like, how was your day so far? And then you go, you know, literally polite conversation. You go, oh yeah, my day's going well. Like, week is off to a great start. And then the conversation dies. And I just ask myself, okay, beyond being a polite person, what am I supposed to do? If they don't want to talk to me, what am I supposed to do? Like, we're not meeting in person. All they see from me is a picture. They see a couple of pictures, a brief profile, and then, you know, you say, hello, how are you? But then after 48 hours, the conversation dies down. And this would happen consistently, to the point where I just got extremely fed up, and I just said to myself, you know what? It's clearly not happening for me here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in a place where all of these potential matches just kind of are taking me for granted, and they can never get past the hello, how are you, tell me about your day. It just never goes past that point. So that's pretty much the long and short of it. So I'm not dating. Although, listen, here's the real deal. I'm a faith-filled person. I'm a Christian. I believe that I will be married one day and have children, and I believe that God is going to, you know, bring me to the person who I'm gonna have this life with. So I'm gonna finish this phase, and I'll come back to you when we're all done. Alright, so now while we are waiting for the face to set, well, the face is pretty much set actually, but the hair needs to set, the gel needs to set. While we're waiting for that, we're gonna do our eyelashes, and we're pretty much done the face, to be honest with you. And I'm just using the Essence Extreme Volume Mascara. Okay, there she is. So I wanted to take this time to kind of talk to you about my goals and aspirations when it comes to YouTube, and like what I want to do with this channel, where I like want to see things going. And pretty much, I mean, of course, I'm here to talk to the people, talk to you guys. I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to share knowledge, to share wisdom, to share a good word, to share positivity, to share light, energy, all of the above, okay? I want this channel to grow. I want to, you know, create a substantial following. I want to do sponsorships. I want to do brand deals. I want to do brand deals with brands that I either already use, okay, brands that I already use, brands that I've been using. So like a deal with like Essence. I'm using their mascara now. I've been using Essence for years. A brand deal with who's LA Girl Pro Concealer. I have been using their makeup for a long time. Any brand deals that I do take on though, they will be, so they'll either be from companies that I already use, have already been using, so I know the product, I know they're tried and true, or they'll be products that I genuinely believe in, products maybe that I've wanted to try but I haven't tried yet. I know in today, the world of influencing, that a lot of people are just not very honest, but they also can't be honest because they're being paid. So if I work with brands that I can already give you positive reviews without being paid, working with them and being paid is just, you know, it's just compound interest at that point. Like, you'll be able to trust my word. I will never work with a brand that I don't, like, I've never heard of them, I've never wanted to use their products. I'm not interested in their products. I'm not just here for the dollar. I'm here for genuinity. I'm here for genuine connection. I'm here for honesty. I'm here for transparency. So so yeah, I basically want to, I want this channel to grow. I want to do deals. I want to do sponsorships. I want to you know, do more activities, bring you on places with me, get more comfortable with vlogging in public, bringing the camera around. I think I'm gonna get a new camera though. This camera that I have is more for photography. Like, it's really good for photography. I do a lot of fashion photography for my brand, for my business as well. Oh, and that's another thing. I also want to show more of like fashion and behind the scenes and like things that I've got going on with Nadé Laura Marmon, which is my namesake brand. When I go back to school, I will be taking you to school with me. I am the most nervous about that though. I'm not gonna lie. I could vlog in an airport, and I have on an airplane, in a different country, on the roadside, in a mall, at a restaurant, but there's just something about bringing the camera to school with me that makes me so nervous. But I'm gonna do it because I want to show that side as well, because that is going to coincide with my brand, and I want to get my fashion brand name out there more. I want to drop merch. I want to do t-shirts with the logo that Diva does things on there, as well as Nadé Laura Marmon. Like, I've got a lot going on up here, and I know there are a lot of people like that, where you have so many ideas, but sometimes it could be difficult to know where to start. So how I combat that is to just start with anything. Like, pick a card, any card, pick anything out of the hat and start with that. So today I'm starting with just filming. So yeah, I'm changing out my earrings to something a little more zha for the camera. Guys, let me tell you one thing about me, is that I love being in front of the camera. Like, ever since I was a kid, you put that camera in front of me, she turns on. Like, I wish I could explain it. All right, I think everything is set now, so we can take this off. Okay. Clip down, get the hair set, grab my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Oh yes. Oh yes indeed. Okay. The best part of getting ready is just admiring yourself, isn't it? Yes, sirree. Yes, it is. Okay. Ready for TikTok. So I just got finished filming my TikToks. I filmed how many? 7. Boom. I filmed, that's 6, y'all. 7. I filmed 7 TikToks, which was really great. Like I said, sometimes I sit in front of the camera and the ideas be flowing. Like, I film one, then I get another idea and another idea. And they're usually, when it's like that, all of the ideas are kind of correlated. Like, the videos that I filmed today were about like hair and makeup tips and beauty, fashion kind of related stuff. So that's great. I'm really glad that I did that. So I have content for today and tomorrow and maybe the next day. We'll see. Tomorrow I have an errand to run, so oh my gosh. Okay. I have an errand to run tomorrow. and I really want to vlog it. But the way I'm actually so nervous. I just can't think about it. Just don't think about it in a day. Just don't think about it. You'll be fine. Who cares? So if someone looks at you and says, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Like, do you really care? Like, do you know me? Do you know where I live? Are you paying my bills? Oh, no? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Just check. Okay. So now I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take a little break, prepare for my interview, and then do that. That'll be about maybe an hour or so long, and then I have to go back to work for the internship to make up for the time that I've been doing this, and then that'll be my day. That sounds good. That sounds pretty good to me. All right.
Any expectations when you got into the business of fashion?
Absolutely. So when I launched the brand, my namesake brand, De Laura Marmot, in 2020, I was thinking, okay, you know, I'm gonna make a little website and a little Instagram. I'll do, you know, fashion week, and everything's gonna pop up. Everything's gonna be great. And that wasn't the case. Although I'm happy that I had that, like, you know, naivety going into it. Right. I was very faithful, and I still am. But the reality is more like there's so much work that goes into building a fashion brand that is very different from building any other type of business. You know, I see a lot of people doing like the drop shipping thing on Amazon. They like have these little gadgets and gizmos they sell, and those products, they do sell themselves. But when you're talking about not even just a clothing company, but a fashion brand where you're creating new designs. You know, I'm not just here doing graphic tees, and nothing wrong with the graphic tee people, but a clothing company and a fashion brand, it's too skilled maker. Yeah. It's very different. So okay, so I just finished filming my interview with my Cara Reed. I will hopefully be able to insert some clips from the interview. And that's it. I am going to watch something on YouTube or Netflix, I don't know, scroll a little bit on TikTok, and then close my eyes and go to sleep. But not before I say my prayers though. So I want to thank you so much for being with me on this video today. Look forward to so much more from me and the Diva Does Things. I am so excited to be back with full force and a vengeance. So stay blessed. I'll see you soon. Bye.